When Red Dead Redemption 2 was first announced to come in fall of 2017, it shook the gaming world, as most companies such as Activision, Ubisoft, and EA usually have their biggest releases come around that time. Seeing considerably the biggest competitor in the gaming industry right now, Rockstar Games, announced their next title after selling around 80 million copies with Grand Theft Auto V was a scary thought, which is why up until the announcement of a delay for Red Dead Redemption 2, most upcoming games were avoiding a late September and October release in fears that their games would be overshadowed by the juggernaut that will be Red Dead Redemption 2. Let's also not forget that this is the next installment after one of the most critically acclaimed games ever with Red Dead Redemption, which features a beautiful, vast, and just downright amazing open world, which I have to admit has aged exceptionally well with time. The story and tale of John Marston through the Wild West is what most gamers remember from this experience. I mean, it features one of the most emotional endings ever. Still, after 7 years, this was probably one of the most impactful moments a video game ever hit me. Again, that ending just, it hurt. It really did hurt. Tore me to pieces. But it wasn't just that. The music, gameplay, characters, and multiplayer are often overshadowed, but they were the foundation of this spectacular experience from Rockstar Games. So for those who may not understand the excitement over this next Rockstar game, that's probably one of the biggest reasons. Also, this being our first Rockstar game in around 4 years. Now hopefully you can see the picture I've been trying to lay out, and this is what many gaming companies who aren't Rockstar Games see, and probably fear, which is coming off one of the biggest games of all time to a highly anticipated next installment that will dominate in sales. The most recent and best example of this would be Bethesda Game Studios, who launched Fallout 4 in 2015 after they had launched their most critically acclaimed game with The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim in 2011. Fallout 4 ended up making $750 million and shipped 12 million copies of the game in just 24 hours of launching it. Pretty impressive. Maybe Red Dead Redemption 2 doesn't quite hit that mark, but when it does launch, it will sell a ton of copies. But as most of you already know, Red Dead Redemption 2 was delayed because it needed more development time, and one specific gaming company is very happy about that, and that's Ubisoft. Speaking during Ubisoft's latest earnings call with investors, CFO Alan Martinez said, quote-unquote, "Clearly the fact that there is no Red Dead Redemption is a positive for our fiscal year 2018. This is something that we had to take into our financial assumptions. So the absence of that game is of course giving us a better window for the launch of some of our games." Ubisoft also surprised many analysts by saying that they are very confident that they expect their sales would increase year over year, which is probably because Red Dead Redemption 2 was moved to 2018. Martinez did later try to manage expectations, saying, quote-unquote, "Overall, we think it's too early to have a view and change anything," he said. "We have more confidence, but we think it's too early to change our guidance." Which roughly translates to, we're lucky Red Dead isn't coming this year because we're going to make so much more money. Oh yeah, also thank you Rockstar. While Ubisoft may be the only one open about how Red Dead Redemption 2 being delayed is a good thing for them, which it is. I mean, I almost have some doubt that Assassin's Creed Origins and South Park: The Fractured But Whole would release in October had Red Dead Redemption 2 not been delayed. But getting back on topic, a lot of the other upcoming fall 2017 AAA games following the Red Dead Redemption 2 delay certainly are feeling a lot better. That includes The Evil Within 2, Wolfenstein: The New Colossus, Call of Duty World War II, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Destiny 2, Crackdown 3, Middle-earth: Shadow of War, which was delayed from August to October only a week after this news broke, and many more. While Red Dead Redemption 2 isn't direct competition to some of these games, it certainly would have hurt their sales. So yeah, all of these developers, publishers, and gaming companies were ecstatic hearing of this delay. I mean, they were probably having parties and fiestas after this news. Except for GameStop, which, well, they put a little too much trust in Red Dead Redemption 2 releasing in 2017, as their stock took a major hit when this delay was announced. Probably shouldn't have put so much trust in Rockstar Games, knowing their track record with delays. Either way, when Red Dead Redemption 2 does arrive in spring 2018, which will probably be April or May, there won't be as much competition, if any at all, and I'm sure the gaming industry as a whole is pretty okay with that, although whenever Grand Theft Auto 6 comes, better watch the out. Anyway gang, thank you for joining me. If you did enjoy this video or found any informative value, make sure to smack that like button, and let me know down in the comment section below what games you plan on purchasing this fall now that Red Dead Redemption 2 is no longer coming in 2017. Also consider subscribing to stay up to date on everything Red Dead Redemption 2 related, and remember, Outlaws to the end. You know, I have to admit that this fall still has a lot of great choices with games. I myself just got done playing Shadow of Mordor and cannot wait for Shadow of War. It's just such a phenomenal gameplay experience, and I cannot wait to see what Monolith Productions has with the sequel, and it seems like there's a lot of sequels coming out this fall too. And also, I mean, look at Assassin's Creed Origins. It actually looks interesting for the first time in years. Guess you could say the same thing about Call of Duty World War II. But I know what you're thinking, nothing will compare to Red Dead Redemption 2, and yeah, of course, you're right.